Shalom. It's like Shalom Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechach Chodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and in this quick lesson, we're just going to get into it costs to have this wisdom and knowledge, and understanding. It costs to have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man, because, yes, don't get me wrong, the pros, the pros definitely outweigh the cons by a long shot, right? The only cons you have, really, I don't even want to call it a con, but what I was going to say, a con that you would have, if I didn't just think of the scripture that could back it up, that I was thinking of was, I'm going to read it, because this is in Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, "For in much wisdom it's much grief, and he that increases in knowledge increases in sorrow," right? So it's like the more you know, the more you grow, the more you learn about, this world ultimately, and what Esau been doing, the much more you grow in sorrow. But like I said, it's not really much of a con, because when you read, excuse me, and I just thought of this just now, Slacky. When you read the 7th chapter of Ecclesiastes, it's talking about the house of the wise is in the house of mourning, right? For the mind is made better. Roughly paraphrasing. Matter of fact, I get it since I'm right here pretty much. It should be. I'm gonna get to more. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 3 says, "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." Your mind is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Right? Only a fool is gonna really be having a jolly good time here. A jolly old good time here. Right? Only a fool will be happy being here. A fool, let alone a wicked person. Really. But we've been given this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. You ultimately, it's kind of like that movie, that movie They Live, man. You literally you basically put on the glasses, the spiritual glasses, and you see everything for what it is, right? You realize that, bro, Esau does not like your ass. You realize that, damn, like the food is all fucked up. Esau, he's not what he cuts out to be, what we thought he was, right? Damn, he done covered the faces of the judge, making Yahweh Shai leprous. Jesus Christ, pretty much putting up an idol for our people to worship, doing all this just to keep us at bay. It's like, it's so much you learn, and then let alone when you get into the details of it, it's like it just grows as far as the sorrow part, because it's like, damn, man, we're just tired of this shit, vexed, very vexed. But that's part of the price that comes with having this wisdom and knowledge, man. Like, everything, but the best part about it is that you do know everything, or at least everything you need to know about, pertaining to salvation. That's what I mean when I say that, just so you don't think, oh, you know everything, right? No, you know exactly what you need to know for salvation, right? Through the power of Spirit, Yahweh Shai Shai, right? No, we're not going to know how big you're going to be in the new body. We just know you're going to be bigger than what we are now. Right? But you see the world for what is it, for what it is, right? That's the only thing you got to deal with. Okay, sorrow comes with it. Okay, that's fine. But the great thing that comes with it is that you actually know Yahweh B'Shem Shai. You can confidently say, just like Apostle Paul, man, ye know what ye not, ye know not what ye worship. We know what we worship. Like, we can confidently say, like, we know who we serving for real. Like, how about Shem Shai? He's real. We can confidently and boldly say that, right? and know for a fact 144% that there's no doubt in it. If you truly believe, right, we can say that. But these Christians, they can't really say that. They be questioning shit. They don't even believe their own shit. They just know, well, I just know Jesus Christ died for my sins or whatever. Don't know the intricate, don't understand none of it. But we got the understanding, right? As scriptures goes to, man, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, bro. And you see that when you come into this truth. Especially when you grow to it, you be like, damn, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie, you look at these people like, bro, y'all are just so fucking stupid. Right? You should be like, damn, like, hell, even, what's his name? Theodore D. Roosevelt, or, Theodore Roosevelt, he said it. He said a thorough understanding of the Bible is better than any college education that you can get. Meaning, Esau and Theodore, he was an Edomite. So he acknowledges that, bro, understanding the Bible is better than anything you can get here. Better than anything. And the scriptures tell you that. Like I said, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So you being able to understand this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding, Lord, like with the Lord giving it onto you ultimately, because it got to be given onto you. Then it's like, damn, right? Damn, but guess what? Now you done made yourself a target for Satan. Let me get Isaiah 50. Or Luke. I'm probably get Isaiah 59:15. Should be 59:15 if I'm not mistaken. Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 15. It says, Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Exactly. So when you depart, when you depart from evil, because what you're going to do, once you, really get into the wisdom and knowledge and understanding, when you actually begin to fear the Lord, that's why scripture says the root of wisdom, in Sirach, the first chapter, like 1:21, if I'm not mistaken, the root of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, right? The root of wisdom. That's why it says that, because if you can understand that, like, oh, I need to fear, this power, because if I don't, then I will get fucked up. That's wisdom in itself, right there. Hell, Sirach 19 and I think 20, 21 maybe, around that area, it says fear of the Lord is all wisdom. That's all wisdom right there. You fearing the Lord. Simply doing that. You're serving the creator rather than creation, like most of these people are doing. They're serving the creation rather than creator. Yeah, that's why it says the root of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Because if you fear the Lord, guess what? You're gonna apply that wisdom in your day-to-day life. You're gonna think twice about doing certain things. Right? Hell, it can be something that's not necessarily really not necessarily a sin, but it's like, I don't know, I probably shouldn't do that. I don't want to piss the Lord off. And these are the things you'll do to the best of your ability. Hell, the fact that you even give it a second thought is already like, hey, that's something right there. That's what having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding does for you, man. It makes you think twice about the things you do. As scripture say, wisdom will meet thee in thy thoughts. Right? That's when that's actually going to happen. In the world, you don't really, you get it like on a low level type deal. Like, oh, let me make sure I go to work if I want to be able to pay. I mean, like, getting food and stuff. But when you come into the truth, it's a whole nother level of it. It's like, okay, now let me make sure I do this, make sure I please the Lord before he fuck me up. Because Yahweh Bashem Shah is the reason why I got my job. He's the reason why I'm even able to get up to begin with. So let me make sure I please him first to the best of my ability, and then everything else is going to fall into place. You still work at it, whatever. I'm not saying that you just only make your lessons and read, and then you just sitting there in the bed all day not doing nothing. Nah, You do what I say? Oh yeah, you lesson or you to read. You study. You do what you do for your how about your shot. Then you carry on about your day and try to do your best to basically have that day be full of fear of the Lord. Right? You go to work, go to your job. Your scripture says you don't work, you don't eat. So you part of curses. You got to work. So you go to work, get your daily bread, and just pray that you make it home safely. Pray that you may even make it there safely. Things of that matter. But yeah, that's one of the costs. Like I said, May 1 mentioned one of the costs is you're gonna gain much more grief and sorrow. That's one, right? Because you see everything for what it is, right? Hell, it's like a little. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the same. It's like a little thing in the world, like a meme or something I've seen like years ago, and it's just now coming to me, like parts of it. Like they always say, like the smartest people are usually like the most, upset or the most like they're not the ones that's playing around all the time joking. This is like the dumbest people that's doing that. And the men of the Lord, they're the most upset being here because of what's on the earth is just nothing but wickedness. And then now it's getting to the carnal eye now. But shit, hell, we've been seeing this, for years. Ultimately, now it's just being put on the forefront for everybody else to see and to see what their reaction going to be. Really, So like I said, one of the causes, right? What I say? Oh yeah, the sorrow that comes with it. Right, that's one. All right. Well, yeah, that's one. But also now you've been made a target for Satan, as we got in Isaiah 59. Right. Hell, even Luke 22:31 or 21:30, no, 22:31, I think. Let me get it. Don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. It's probably 22:31. Yep, it is 22:31. It's Luke chapter 22 at verse 31. It says, "And the Lord said, Simon," and Yahushua said, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you that he may sift you as wheat. So now saying he got to pretty much got a bounty on your head, man. He got a bounty like, oh Lord, hey, you gotta let me get him out. You gotta let me. Like he it's his desire to knock you out the truth. Okay, so now you gotta fight to keep this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man, because this is top-notch knowledge, right? This is top-notch knowledge that you're not finna get anywhere else. Simple, like I said, Esau even knows that. You're not finna get this kind of knowledge from anywhere else, right? Right? We got the knowledge to know how to prepare for what's to come. And we break it down to simple terms for you, man. Simply fear Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Get your relationship right with Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Not God and Jesus Christ. Because them are idols. God is God is just a title. And Jesus Christ is a whole idol. Right? So yeah, but we break it down to baby food. The prophets, they break it down to baby food for you, man. Okay, the Lord, he's not a so-called white man. He is a so-called black man, right? He is an Israelite, right? Kiss the son, lest he be angry. Fear the Lord, because those that fear the Lord, as you read Isaiah 65, 13, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Sirach 2:10, who has he forsaken that, called upon him, ultimately being a servant unto him is the only way you're finna get out of this. Get out of what's to come, because everybody else thinking they doomsday was it? Yeah, their little bunker, doomsday bunker. Their little water stash or bug out bag is going to save them. Now, to say if you're stacking up on water, or if you do manage to have your own little bug out bag, are you wicked? No, you're not wicked, but you must understand that that's not finna save you. Hell, you'll be blessed if the Lord even allow you to use it. Because you can have a bug out bag, but who's to say that you're gonna have it? You don't know. And that's not against anybody. That's not against anybody that has a bug out bag. Well, with IUIC the way they going about it is terrible. But if you got your own little bug out bag, you got, a bag full of supplies and stuff, okay, that's cool. If the Lord allows you to use that, then he allows you to use it. But if he doesn't, then, hey, you should be just fine with that as well. Because ultimately, we're going to be saved through our faith in Yahweh Shai. Ephesians 2:8, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves. So, you really can't prepare carnally here, right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with, stacking up a little water. Might get some canned goods for your household. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go OD with it thinking like, oh, this is what's finna allow me to make it through. No, it's not. It's not. Like I said, you'll be lucky to even get to it. Because there's no telling. You could be out of state when this shit happens. You could be out of state. Hell, you might not be in your own car. You might be in a company car or something. Well, we don't know. But that's just how it is. Right? And with us having this wisdom and knowledge, guess what? Now that we're in the know, we're going to be judged more strictly as well. I'm going to get James in the NLT chapter 3 verse 1. It says, dear brothers and sisters, not many of you should become teachers in the church, for we who teach, well, scratch the sister part, because, women not supposed to be teaching, unless it's teaching other women how to be a woman. That's the only teaching they could do. But teaching the scriptures like a prophet, no. It says, all right, so become teachers in the church, for we who teach will be judged more strictly. All right, you put your hand to the plow on this thing, right? You start actually doing the work. Hey, bro. Hell, like and part of you doing the work first, you have to be, on the believer stage, which is you probably just coming. You might miss around, actually come out to the camp. Are you watching the videos? That's part of it. Cause I'm gonna get it. Oops. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 47. It says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. So now that you're in the know of this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, because guess what? Lord Yahweh Shai reveals some secrets unto you. Secrets that not everybody's able to get. Right? But he allowed you to get it. Oh yeah, Esau, the so-called white man. Oh shit, like World War III is written in the Bible. The MOTB is a RFID microchip. Lord reveals secrets onto you, whether you teach it or not. You heard the word. Let alone if you done gotten into it, you've been watching all these videos, really getting into it. Hey man, guilty by association. That's all I'm gonna say. So the Lord gonna charge you harshly, like it said, which knew his Lord's will. So So part of having the cost that comes with having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, now you're finna be judged. If you was to fall out, you're finna be judged even worse than the average 2/3. You're literally the worst of the 2/3, right? As a brother, brother Oswald pretty much made this quote pretty much. You either gonna be the best of the best or the worst of the worst when you come into the truth. That's the only two things that come out of it. Ain't no middle ground. It's either you're the best of the best or the worst of the worst. Simple as that. Yeah, that's part of it, man. That right there should put fear into you right there, knowing like, damn, okay, now I'm in this. If I quit, then bro, that's my ass for real. Like the Lord's finna fuck you up. Right? It's gonna fuck you up. And don't be deceived by, like, if you fall out, okay, now you done got some more money. Now you're able to get some women. You're able to live the good life. Right? Because, hey, man, how about Shai? He's a balanced power. Right? He's a balanced power. So that's mean he gonna let you enjoy your little time for real, before he really fucks you up. Right? You come into the truth and you fall out, you go back into the world better than when you was in the truth, I guess you could say. Bro, that's not a good sign. That is terrible. That is bad. And Jake mistaking that for a good sign, like, oh shit, it could have been the truth because I'm doing better now. No. You doing better is the Lord, is us letting us know, okay, Lord letting you get your fun out for real before he really messes you up. That's the flip side. Go read Psalm 73. You know, Psalm of Asaph, man. How the wicked, man, they be having how the wicked be flourishing. Bro, but the wicked's end, it's gonna be so much worse than what they was getting on this side. Their consolation, I guess. And you gonna see. We all gonna see. Right? So that's part of the thing. That's the cause that comes with you having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. You're gonna be tested. You're gonna be with Sirach 2:1, if thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You're gonna be tested, man. Lord gonna be trying your ass all the time, majority of the time. Yes, you'll get like a little break, but think of it more like the heat just being turned down, not even turned off, but turned down to where you're like you be more in a chill state, but you're like, okay, you still gotta deal with certain stuff. You know, that's what comes with having this wisdom and knowledge. Because when you have this wisdom and knowledge, you agreed, you basically agreed, made a vow that you're going to serve Yahweh Shem Shah to the end. You coming into this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, this truth, ultimately. Right? This truth. I might change it to that. Or just leave it as it is. Right? Because you come to the truth, you basically said onto Yahweh Shah in the spirit, like, we are able. Yahweh Shah asked, who was it, James? It was James and Peter, if I'm not mistaken. And Miss Salakia. But, yeah, or the woman, was it a woman, 2 sons? Yeah, when the Yahweh Shah asked them, 2 men, are you able to drink the cup that I'm able to? Yeah, Lord, we're able. That's what you said when you come into the truth spiritually. You ain't got to say it physically. You did it in your works by coming into the truth. Oh yeah, Lord, I'm able to, drink the cup. And you don't drink the cup. All right, hey, there's consequences. You lied. You broke your vow. Right? Because believe it or not, we all made a vow coming to this truth. We made a vow that we was basically going to drink the cup. We're going to partake in the Lord's suffering. We're going to endure it to the end, ultimately. Whether you said it out loud or not. You do that unknowingly by putting your hand to the plow, coming into the truth, right? But it's all going to be worth it at the end. Because, if you are blessed to be part of the elect, bro, you're going to get the top of the line stuff. Right? The elect, bro, is going to be a difference in the kingdom between the elect and the non-elect in the kingdom, bro. It's going to be a vast difference. You got the 144,000, which consists of all the prophets, all the men, only men, all the prophets. And you got the rest of the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children. More so believers. Right? Bro, even the believers, they're going to be far off past these 2/3, bro. And don't let you be someone that fell out. You're going to be the bottom of the barrel of the 2/3. But even then, they still going to be well off. But you're going to be the bottom of the barrel. And we don't want that. Right? So yeah, man, just let you know, it costs to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? One of them, you're going to have much more sorrow now, right? You have much more sorrow. You're a target for Satan. And on top of that, you will be judged more harshly if you fall out. You will be the worst of the worst, right? And Lord willing, this pretty much, struck fear into you, because that's pretty much the goal, to light a fire under you if you, for any brother that may need it, Hell, shit, lit a fire under me. Like, shit, let me make sure I'm doing my thing. Because we don't only make these lessons for y'all. Lessons for me as well. Right? I need to make sure, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, I got this wisdom and knowledge understanding. Like, do I know what that means? This is life and death situation that I'm in right now. That you believers are in right now. Right? And you don't want to fall out, bro. You don't want to fall out, turn your back on the Lord, And then when the time comes and you want to call upon the Lord, and the Lord turns his back on you just like you did him. In the worst way. All right? So that's what the cost comes with having wisdom and knowledge. But that's just, as far as the, what you're going to have to deal with if you was to fall out. Now, on the flip side, hey, if you continue, if you endure to the end, as it says in Matthew 24, the Lord's going to give you everything. Yahweh Bashem Shah is going to give you everything. Whatever women you want, money, like you're going to have riches beyond measure. You're going to be, hell, you're going to be in a whole new body, a body that doesn't sin. Hell, you're going to be considered friends of Yahweh Shai. Like, come on, bro. Who don't want to be a friend of the Son of God, man? Who don't want to be a friend of that, of Yahweh Shai? I know I do. All right, just saying. But, as it says in Romans 8:18, for I reckon the sufferings of this present time, because you got to suffer, ultimately. That's the cause of having the wisdom and knowledge. You got to suffer. But like it says in Romans 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory that should be revealed in us. Right? So what we're going through now is bro, it's going to be nothing, literally nothing when the kingdom of heaven is here. Right? When it's all over. You're going to get the desire of your heart and more. You're going to get things that you didn't even know you desired, that the Lord knows. Because he made you. Right? So there's two sides to the coin. Yes, okay, you're going to have to suffer because the things I named, you're going to have to suffer and you're basically walking on eggshells. But if you're able to endure until the end through the power of Yahweh Bashem Shah, you get everything. You get everything, man, and more. But anyways, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I want to end it off by saying, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yesharala.